Hey there. So I'm making this video. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not really comfortable doing it, and I'm going to do it anyway. I just had an experience that I wanted to share because I felt like it was an important learning opportunity for myself and anybody who's watching this and can relate or has something to take away from it. Just went grocery shopping, pretty simple, no kids, by myself, easy, enjoyable, fine. Um, And so this was about giving the time just to give a lapse, time lapse of what transpired. But so we're talking probably about 35 minutes ago. And I got completely dysregulated. My nervous system shot up. I'll talk about what that felt like and why I think it's important. And also how long it realistically takes to bring the levels back down. I really want to normalize this experience. One, that it happens. Two, how long it actually takes and what steps we can take to re-regulate ourselves. So I went to the grocery store. Everything was perfect. Great day. Felt good. So like baseline was doing really well. And when I got to the checkout line, I started putting my things onto the conveyor belt and then noticed that one of those separators, the dividers that go between people's groceries, was coming down with a whole load of somebody else's stuff. So somebody had come in the line behind me and started loading their stuff up. And because the belt was moving, I didn't have any more space. So I was a little confused by that happening, but I turned to the person behind me and I said, I'm sorry, I have to move your stuff back. I need some space for my stuff. And I got immediately verbally attacked and told, what the F is my problem and throwing stuff and yelled. And I took a minute, I took a breath and um, just said, really, you don't need to talk to people that way. I'm just asking for some space, and was told how rude I was. And, um, so it was short, but it was a few moments of this interaction. And I noticed a few things in myself. So one, I stayed calm initially. And I think I also could tell that the very young girl at the register was a little taken aback by the whole thing and didn't really know what to do. So I could sense that part of me was keeping myself in check so that I could help her stay calm. Um, and I stayed calm. I didn't, I just sort of went on with my business and finished what I had to do. Luckily, she hung back and stayed away from that point on. And, the girl at the register was very sweet and said she was a teenager and she didn't know what to do. And she was very cute. And I just wished her luck. And as soon as I was standing there for a few minutes and then, leaving the store, I could feel the levels go up. So I felt my heart rate go up. I felt myself get shaky all over. I felt my stomach kind of tighten and do all kinds of um, swirly kinds of things. And so I could tell, I knew what was going on in my body. And I could see that I was walking myself through it because I always can and always will get to the place of understanding that this person is not well or not in a good place at this moment or having a bad day or whatever it is. I don't even need to analyze it. Obviously, I know they're not okay because nobody behaves that way when they're not okay or talks to people that way, when they are okay, rather. Um, so I can always get to that understanding. Of course, in the moment, that's not necessarily what I want to say or all the thoughts that come through. So, um, the body dysregulation bothers me more than anything else. The thoughts, I think I can do a pretty good job with, but I felt my heart rate go up. So so now we're at like probably 40, close to 40 minutes since the onset or this initially happened. And I had something to eat on my ride because I could feel how shaky I was, and I thought that would help. And I did a lot of deep breathing on the ride, and I'm definitely lower, but it's still there. I could see this, excuse me, it's probably taking about another half hour and my body's like not digesting the food well, I don't think. Um, So I could see it taking another maybe 30-ish minutes to bring this down, but I think that would have to require me working on that and getting myself to a good place. Doing a lot of breathing is really key, I have learned, and, just sort of talking myself through it. And I thought maybe doing this video, one, to share with others, but two, to process it a little bit right after might be helpful. So I think that could be contributing to bringing the thermostat down a bit. So I'm curious what everybody might think about that. Other experiences, similar things, how people have handled it. Uh, it's not the first time I've been and had an altercation with people. I know that people are, a lot of people are not okay out in the world, and so we're sort of crossing paths with that. um, how do we handle it? I know I haven't always been proud of how I've handled it, or I've snapped or said things that, are not necessarily, what I feel good about after. Today was not that day, so I feel good about that piece. But I could tell that part of me was um, almost like questioning why I even had, with every things I know, I teach this stuff, I know how to do this stuff. Almost upset with myself in a way that I got so dysregulated about it. And I really had to talk through that. Like, that's not what I would say to anybody I work with, because who wouldn't get dysregulated when that out of the blue really happens, or somebody comes at them like that? It's not a natural experience. And so why would you have why wouldn't your body have a very natural reaction to that happening? So I did have to get myself there a little bit, work through any, whatever we would call it, I don't know, annoyance or frustration, that was like I allowed that to happen or something. But there, that wasn't a control I had. The control I had was keeping myself aware, keeping myself present, so that I didn't do anything I wasn't proud of. And then now, after taking control of bringing my levels back down. So I'd love to hear feedback, thoughts, other ideas, comments, that anybody has. It's life, right? We're out in the world, and like I said, there are a lot of dysregulated people out there, so it's going to happen. Um, but I'd love to hear some things that other people want to share about it. Thanks for listening. Bye.